Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. It's basic arithmetic. You know, a negative and a negative sometimes makes a positive. That's true. But a positive and a negative always has a subtraction effect. Or in the case of multiplication, always comes out negative. You know, leftists ought to understand this. Although to be fair, crunching the numbers, math, basic economics, not exactly their strong suit. But anyways, that basic mathematical concept, it applies to the real world. And that's why I find the activism and social progress tactics of the left, and especially the far left, so incredibly confusing. Like, how don't you get it that you are simply perceived as toxic, that you are putting more misery and more toxicity and more division out into the world rather than solving anything or bringing people together in a positive manner? The lack of self-awareness is frankly astonishing. How people can have such a negative impact, such a negative outlook, and in the craziest cases, be overtly racist and discriminatory in their efforts of combating racism and discrimination and prejudice and injustice. It's absolutely insane. It's illogical, it makes no sense, and I have the perfect example to essentially make that point in visual and audio form with a little activist project that goes by the name of Deconstructing Karen by the group Race2D. You guys are not going to believe this, although I don't know why I even say that anymore. You definitely are going to believe this. But anyways, take a look at this craziness. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's the clip that everyone's talking about, already gathering millions upon millions of video views by all the engagement bots on Twitter. Just take a look, don't really need much context.
You actually, Margaret, you didn't say yours.
What?
Your racist thing that you've done.
Thought about or done.
You have something inside of you that's not quite that's racist. So you must have examples in your own life.
I also work in environmental engineering. I have absolutely no people of color or minimal people of color, possibly the exclusion being slightly Hispanic.
Saira doesn't like her attitudes.
I can say a racist thing you've done because it just happened. When you just talked to me the way you just did. This is how white women talk to us all the time. These are microaggressions.
When I say the exact same thing to my white girlfriend who says the same exact thing.
And I don't care if you talk to everybody like that. Right? The way you just spoke to me was straight up white supremacy. You actually just answered with racism.
White supremacy is said to be hidden in innocuous phrases and banal behavior. The smallest things could be considered racist. It's enough that a person from a minority group feels insulted.
Absolutely. Sounding terribly white, I don't know that I was all that racist to start with, but I also would be more aware or hyper aware of my thoughts or reactions to circumstances that would be racist.
You know, what is that? That's the question I ask myself. What the hell is that? This is a practice conducted by a social justice activist group. They call it Deconstructing Karen, and I'm sitting here just failing to understand what the hell the point of this is. People pay for that, by the way. The woman getting lambasted in that clip there, she paid for that experience. She paid to have dinner with those women so they can essentially continuously slam her and call her a racist Karen. She looks like a sweet suburban mom. Kids are probably moved out, retirement age, probably a really nice lady who never hurt anybody in her life, doesn't have any prejudice in her heart. They're slamming her as a racist. What is the point? Sitting down and attacking suburban retirement age women, gaslighting them until you convince them that they're actually subconsciously somehow racist and guilty of something. What good does this do for anyone? How is this making the world a better place? It's such a weird practice and even weirder behavior, but most importantly, it's counterintuitive. You know, forever from these activist leftist types, we heard about how important allyship was. Our allies, our ally, you need to be our ally. Well, what bigger ally do social justice progressives have? What more powerful ally do they have than white liberal women? For Pete's sakes, that's their bread and butter. I mean, that is their key to the frickin' mansion. That's their key to the White House. That's their claim to fame. Their access to power. That is their biggest almost like cult-like religious fan base and supporter group. This behavior is like self-cannibalizing. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but hopefully I'm getting the idea across. It's your biggest friend, your biggest ally, your biggest political marriage, yet a lot of these social activist types have targeted most of their aggressive activism towards attacking, demonizing, and frankly being racist to white women who are open to supporting their causes. This whole thing is called Deconstructing Karen, Race 2D, Race 2 Dinner. You scroll down their Twitter page, and it's nothing but demonizing white women. Videos like this.
I also want to lay a couple of other things down. You've mentioned it and you've mentioned it. Being married to a black person or a brown person, having brown or black children does not make you impervious to racism. You cannot, frankly, f*** your way out of racism.
Retweets like this. The film Deconstructing Karen by Race 2D, available on CBC Gem, is a must-watch for all white women, explores white women's niceness and how it's killing us all, and brings urgent awareness to how white women uphold white supremacy. What is this? To the many white supremacists stalking us, making fake accounts of us, and mocking us, while you are sending hate mail and sneering, we are part of a radically honest conversation all over the world, and thousands of white women are coming along, okay? Sarah Rao wants to use the power of white women to repeal the Second Amendment. It's kind of conflicting. We want to use the power of white women, but we also want to demonize them, attack them, slander them, and essentially turn them on us. Who is this convincing? Here's a book written by one of the founding members of this group, Yvette Nicole Brown. The book is titled, Everything You Already Know About Your Own Racism and How to Do Better, White Women, with a guide to start the unlearning. They're essentially saying that white women need to be reprogrammed and re-educated. Here's the clip to promote the book.
Hey guys, it's Yvette here. I wanted to speak to my liberal white women friends, or even the ones I don't know. If you're a liberal white woman, this is for you. And this book is for you as well. And this documentary is for you. It's written by Syra and Regina. And this book kind of helps you figure out your racism and how to make it all better for yourself and for others. And this amazing documentary does the same. Here's the thing. Republican white women are very organized, guys. They're all about banning books and abortions and trans people and making sure everybody that wants to shoot up a school can get a gun. That's the kind of stuff that they're for. We need to be for different things, and thankfully we are. But change begins by us deconstructing the Karen. So it begins with you. So what I would like you to do is to get this book.
Who is that convincing? And again, it's overtly racist. Karen is a racial slur. Targeting a particular group like this, generalizing an entire group is prejudice at best and racist at worst. And again, it's simply an idiotic project that isn't making the world a better place. No, quite the contrary. This is what's fueling division, this obsession over people's differences, this demonization, putting all the pressure and all the blame on particular groups of people. This is what I call going backwards. Not progress, not progressing. This is regression. I think it pretty much speaks for itself. I don't need to say much more. Hopefully the leftist lunacy wasn't too much on this one. And also hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.